welcome to another episode of the A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast, which we happen to be recording on International Podcast Day. I am Kellie Raspberry Evans. This is my international podcasting husband, Alan Evans.
Hello, I'm Alan. Hey, trade in the house. What does that mean?
Well,
You're international Does that mean I'm an international looking man?
Well, you are half Filipino, but we do have people listening internationally.
Good eye, mate. Yeah,
We do.
Our friend Sam. I know
It's always fun to hear from people when they're listening in other parts of the world.
we have a listener from the motherland in Germany, I believe. Saudi Arabia. We've gotten mail from people in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's fun. Military people find us, and they're all over the world.
Absolutely.
So anyway, thank you for listening now when you're hearing it, it's the day after International Podcast Day, but every day of the year, we appreciate it.
Mr. President, get out of here.
What?
Give me that. Give me that. Hello.
What's happening?
Hello, Kellie.
Wait.
Hi, this is President Trump.
Oh, wow.
How
I'm
are you?
sorry.
Well, no, don't be sorry. I am going to do this podcast on an international podcast day. It is my turn to talk, Kellie. If you would please. It is my turn to talk.
Okay.
I will do this podcast.
I will show you that.
Kellie.
Okay.
Show some respect.
I'm trying to, Mr. President. Yes.
Well, I don't have a lot to say. I just wanted to interrupt you a few times.
Well, you've done a very good...
Okay. I hope I've made my point.
You did.
I've made several points, and I want you to know that it's my turn to talk.
Can I talk?
Okay.
All right.
I'm leaving now.
Can my husband come back and join the conversation
I guess
now?
so. Okay. Here, you jackass.
Oh, my. The language.
Can you believe that guy?
No, I can't. I can't believe the president.
What is
First
up
of
with all the name calling? All the name calling by these two candidates. Using foul language.
It's just shocking.
It is shocking.
Especially for someone like you who isn't used to hearing or speaking such things.
He came in here and bogarted my microphone.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And that's about as political as we get on the A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast.
Well, not really. Because one of the bits we're going to do, and maybe we should just...
We're doing bits?
We're going to do bits. Kellie and I, we're going to play a drinking game.
We were,
and I made a list of, and we're referring to the first presidential debate between Vice President Joe Biden and President Donald Trump.
Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump, who was just in here and
shockingly so
bogarted my microphone. Well, we made a list of things that we were going to look for in the podcast.
Yes.
So here's the list.
Well, during the debate.
Or I'm sorry, during the debate. And this was the list we made. Okay, for Joe Biden, Kellie and I came up with, we were going to take a sip every time Joe Biden said, listen or look. Mm-hmm. Like, listen, look. Mm-hmm. Or I'm the guy.
Yep.
Or come on, man.
Right.
Or mentions President Trump's mismanagement of Corona. Mm-hmm. We thought that'd be a big one.
Yeah.
President Obama mentions. Mm-hmm. Thought that would be a big one.
This is before the debate. This
is before the debate. The number of times Biden had like a gaffe, just kind of forgot where he was or couldn't remember his wife's name or something like that. Or said, here's the deal.
Yes.
Okay. That was our list for Vice President Biden.
Right.
For President Trump, we were going to take a sip every time he mentioned Hillary, said the word huge, like not huge, huge, said nasty. Every time he made a silly face, like a really strange looking face. Mm-hmm. Every time he said China virus. Every time he said fake news. Or every time he talked over Chris Wallace, the moderator.
Well, that we'd be,
we'd be on the floor.
Poisoning. So but he didn't do the other things you thought he was going to do.
So we decided not to sip. We decided just to put tick marks next to these things. Mm-hmm. And we had so many tick marks next to the interruption. We gave up.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was frustrating to watch. I don't like that. I don't like the interrupting and all that. But then again, that's the dirty side of politics, I guess, right? I don't know. I don't know.
So that's his...
Maybe I'm not... Is it more of a masculine thing or is... It's sort of like when I... I'll tell you. This is why...
It was like a scorpion and a frog.
Stop it. This is why I stopped watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because when the women would fight. It wasn't about who was making a better argument. It was who screamed the loudest until the other one stopped talking. And it made me have so much anxiety. Now, the cast has flipped probably several times
Which
since
one
then.
is it?
Atlanta. It's probably flipped, and I could probably give it another try. I know Nene's gone now. She's not coming back. But that's why I kind of give up on those shows, because I don't mind watching people argue as long as, take turns.
What about Portia?
Portia's still on there. Portia was my former Dish Nation when I used to be on TV.
Dish Nation!
But that's the thing. It was like whoever yells loudest until the other one just gives up and stops talking. And that's just a frustrating thing. So not getting political about it, I was just a little frustrated and disappointed, as many people were. I think after it was over, whoever your guy was, you were going to defend his role in the debate.
I'm your guy.
So if you were a Joe person, you just praise Joe for how he handled it.
I'm Kellie's
if you
guy.
were a Trump person, you were mad at the moderator. You're mad that, he has to yell to get his point across. I don't know.
Wow. Hard-hitting political commentary.
That wasn't hard-hitting.
From Kellie
I'm just telling you,
Raspberry Evans.
I was so excited about the debate.
Gosh,
I really was.
We were both excited. We thought this
fun.
is going to be fun. Yeah,
It's
to watch.
fun because, to see little back and forth jabs. It's fun. And I popped a big bag of microwave popcorn. I'm telling you what, if you haven't tried the Kroger brand microwave popcorn, it's really good.
You should have seen Kellie. She sat in her chair. She faced the TV. Okay, I'm sitting to the side, but she faced kind of away from me, looking at the TV. She rips open this bag, starts
hot.
just jamming in her mouth, and I hear she's smacking them.
Loved it.
And then I look over at her, and she's just like,
yeah.
and then she looks over at me and smiles real big, and then look back at the TV. And this was before it even started.
I was so excited.
Oh,
it was like, it was supposed to be my evening's entertainment. And then it just left me feeling sad and upset.
Well, you're not going to feel sad and upset after today's podcast, because today's International Podcast Day.
The day we're recording it, yes.
The day we're
September
recording
30th.
it. Yes, yes. Today.
Moving into October and all that
Yes.
October brings.
Yeah. So we have, we got some good stuff. I think Kellie's got something she wants to share. I have not seen it.
You're trying. You keep looking at my screen.
I have a game we're going to play. That should be kind of fun. We like games.
We do.
People love games.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about, remember, do you remember that?
Oh, along with that game, we have a new bit Kellie and I are going to do and see how successful this is. I think it'll be kind of fun, actually.
I'll tell you about it when we get to it.
Yeah, we're going to
I'll tell you how we came up with
It's
this.
intriguing. We're going to do a little swapping. And then I have some letters, just a couple, just two letters.
So let me start with clearing my throat. Y'all, this is the cold that will not go away.
That's your second foul. You need to take a 5-minute break.
Don't know what's going on. I just can't shake it. But I did go today to the office because boss man said we're going back to work.
Well, hey man,
we're going back to work
Kellie.
next week. And he said, they can't force you to take a COVID test.
Yeah.
So if I don't take the COVID test, I am free to continue working at home. But if I want to go back into the office and work with my fellow Kid Craddock morning show co-host,
National Syndicated,
I have to take the COVID test. So
hey,
I did
Kellie,
that
this
today.
is George. Hey, are you coming to work?
Yes, sir. I'll be there Monday.
You're going to be there Monday? Okay.
If I pass the COVID test.
Well, you need to take a freaking COVID test. You going to take that?
I did.
All right. Hey, when you come back into work, you want to go get some sushi? How about bluefish?
I'd love that. That'd be
All right.
great.
Maybe me, you, and Sean. Let's go lunch.
I want California rolls, add jalapenos.
Okay, all three of us. Let's go lunch. I've missed
All right.
lunching.
I missed that too.
You know I'm a
boss
big
man.
luncher.
I know. I missed
Amen.
you so much. So I did that. And, the reason I haven't gotten a COVID test, number one, is I haven't exhibited any symptoms of COVID, except for everybody's
Babe,
like, you've been
been
coughing your
hacking
head
for
off.
a month.
But you can get a cold. I haven't lost my sense of taste or smell. I haven't felt anything except this nagging cough, okay? Which Alan gave to me.
Not true.
It is true.
Not true. How do you know I gave that to you?
Because you got your cold and then I got it right after you. Anyway, I digress. So I go up there today. I didn't want to take it because they shoved that swab up to your eyeballs through your nose holes. I was like, I don't want to do that.
It's all
Why would I
connected.
do that?
It's all
I'm not
connected.
that curious. I did the COVID antibodies test when I gave blood. And because, I was giving blood anyway, they could test your blood. I was negative for antibodies as of August 22nd. I got this cold about a week after that, okay? Could it have been COVID? I don't think so. But now you can spit in a cup. And so but in order to get enough spit to fill the cup, how do you get spit in your mouth to build up?
Well, it's pretty easy.
How do you do it?
I just start.
I chew my tongue.
I don't do that. I
chew
just
my
start
tongue.
collecting it from my cheeks.
I chew my tongue. It's gross, but that's what I do. And I spit 3 times. She said, that's enough. And then I got a flu shot.
Chew your tongue.
And that's how I get saliva going. So I did that, got the flu shot, and I have felt...
You got your flu shot today?
Yeah, it was, I haven't had a flu shot in years, but I figured, you know what? The way 2020 is going, why not go ahead and get it? And, it was, boss man was paying for it.
Amen.
So I did that, and I have not felt well since. I've had that. And people say, you can't get the flu from getting the flu shot, but you can still feel really icky.
Yeah.
I felt icky ever since. My
You
arm
can.
hurts.
That's true.
My glands feel like they're swollen. I've been massaging my glands. I just haven't really felt well ever since. But
Kellie is
if I don't get the flu, I don't get the flu.
She's a very delicate flower.
I am very delicate.
She needs optimum conditions and comfort levels.
I like to be comfortable.
Yes.
And who doesn't?
I like to be comfortable.
I think I like to be comfortable more than most people.
Well,
In your opinion.
I think a lot of people like to be comfortable. They just have a little higher tolerance for being uncomfortable.
No, I have a high tolerance of pain.
No.
I have
comfort and pain.
I
are
know,
different.
I'm telling you. But I don't want you to think I'm a wuss. I have a very high pain threshold, as I have been told by several people who have done procedures on me. They'll stop and look at me and like, are you sure you're okay? I'm like, yes. I can handle anything if I know it's temporary. It's going to be over in a minute. I can handle it.
This is a bunch of bull.
It's true.
We were somewhere just 3 days ago.
Okay,
and
you
I
call my doctors.
No, and I touched your
That's not
heel.
true.
And you're, oh my God, don't you know that hurts like when you do that? And you threw this big fit. And I'm like, whoa.
When did you touch my heel?
Easy. I was trying to give you some love on your calf. And then I kind of massaged your Achilles
Oh,
tendon.
you're hitting my bone.
And then you freaking panicked.
I didn't panic. I said, because
I was trying to give you some
I
of
know,
that
but
love.
I love you very much.
Yes.
But when you start like rubbing me or something, you'll hit a bone.
Uh-huh.
And I try not to say anything, but you just keep doing that same place. And I have to say something because it starts to hurt.
So wait a second.
I'd rather you caress me gently, but then you'll hit a bone.
You sound like these 2 presidential candidates. You said one thing is one way, and then you just 5 minutes later said, no, it's the other way.
But babe, if I'm having a procedure by a doctor, it's one thing. When you're giving me love strokes and it hurts, I can tolerate it, but I'd rather you move somewhere else and rub me somewhere else that feels good.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's my point.
When I give love strokes and they hurt, sometimes that's just the way it is.
Oh, God. All right. So anyway, a couple of weeks, beyond all that, have I said enough about my day today?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe 3 or 4 podcasts ago, Alan got a bit upset with me.
I did?
Yes, you did. Because I said I was sitting there watching Christina on the Coast. This is Christina.
Oh, this was a Kellie Clapsback.
Yes, I guess. I was watching Christina on the Coast. She was the one that she still does.
You were jealous of her husband and her life.
She still does Flip or Flop with her ex-husband, Tarek. But then I was just watching her show, and she's got this beautiful house in California. And the weather, I don't want to live in California, but the weather is so beautiful.
Why don't
there,
you want to
right?
live in California?
I just don't want to live in California. It's expensive.
Why don't you want to live there?
Because I'd rather live anywhere else.
Forest
But
mismanagement.
anyway, you know how people in California have outdoor living spaces?
Spaces.
They literally have like living rooms set up outside that they can actually use because they have rainy seasons in California, but for the most part, it's always beautiful weather. And they're beautiful people. And she's designing houses and she's doing all these things I want. And she's a beautiful girl. And she just had married a guy with a British accent. And I said something to Alan about how I was a bit, I was like, man, she has just the best life.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say? I probably said
I'd
something
have to
less
refer
offensive.
back to the clapback, but it was something like,
I wish I had her life.
I wish I had her
that.
life, and gosh, her husband's so sexy, the British accent, yada yada yada. Yeah.
Well, guess who's getting divorced?
Well, I'm assuming
Not us.
I'm assuming Tarek's
Christina
ex-wife
and Ant, the second husband.
Ant.
Ant Anstead. His nickname is Ant. He's Ant.
That is
Anstead.
not a good nickname for a guy.
Well, that's what it is.
That's a bad nickname.
Well, it is what it is. And
you can't say that.
He and Christina, they got married. Okay, they started dating in October of 2017. They had a surprise wedding in December of 2018. They told everybody to come to their house, and they were going to go out and look at Christmas lights or something, but surprise, it was their wedding. And then she got pregnant. She had a baby. She's got this new TV show, Christina on the Coast. And this is my point. No matter how pretty somebody can look on TV or in their Instagram photos, or, there's all smiles and everything looks so great, you never know what's going on behind the scenes.
So what you're saying is everyone is just a little Bonnaroo.
So, I'm very Bonnaroo. I just took a shower and have no makeup or a bra again. I've grown an aversion to makeup and bras in quarantine. But I'm going to start wearing one on Monday when I go back to work. But the thing is, is like we can all sit there and envy what somebody else has when, and I really wasn't sitting there. Alan was teasing me a little bit about, I don't complain about our lives. We have a great life and stuff. But when you see somebody on TV, the blonde hair, blue-eyed, living the California dream with her man with a British accent, it wouldn't hurt every once in a while if you talk to me in a British accent.
I do. On every podcast, I say good eye, mate.
That's not the same. You know what I mean.
Does he run her avocado toast? I run you sausage and eggs in here all the time.
You do. You're very sweet. But
I do everything he does just on a little more, like a 3/4 scale.
Right. And I don't know what led to the breakdown of this relationship. I've kind of got my suspicions. He didn't want it. He's saying that this was her decision. But he has 2 children from a previous marriage, and they live in England. And I know that he's very close to them, and he probably does a lot of back and forth. And I know he had to be he wanted to see his children so bad. He couldn't go for the longest time. And then he went to England and had to be quarantined for 14 days before he could see them physically. And of course, she's not doing that. She's staying behind in California for her TV career. She's got the new baby. And I think that's probably all just kind of like it imploded.
Well, that is a long way from California to
England. Yeah, Liv Tyler just quit a TV show. She was doing Lone Star 911, which is the most hilarious, hysterical, doesn't mean to be funny show on television, but it's just absurd. But she was doing last year, she'd fly in to film in California, fly back to England, and she could do that. But now with the quarantine, she's like, I can't. So she gave up her job, gave up filming. So I'm wondering if that had something to do with it. I don't know. But I just wanted to say all that to say, honey, I'm very happy I'm married to you. And, I do, obviously, I don't want to be going through a divorce like Christina Anstead.
Why are you bringing all this up?
I'm just saying because you got upset about that. I'm just to make a point.
This was like 3 years ago. I don't even remember what
it was like. Just a handful of podcasts ago. My whole point is things are not always as beautiful as they seem on the outside. You can have a really pretty package with a pretty bow that somebody meticulously wrapped. You can open up the package and it can be dog poop, So it's not about what's on the outside. It's what's going on the inside.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my whole point.
Okay. I'm with you on that point. I've talked about that too on this podcast. Things aren't always what they seem on Instagram.
That's why I don't try to make my Instagram too pretty.
Yeah, you're not a big photo editor.
I don't care about that.
No.
I don't care about I just don't want to look, I don't want to look horrible.
It's okay to throw a color filter on just so all your pictures are uniform.
Yeah, I could do that, but I don't care.
Even I do that, babe. It doesn't change the look of you. It just changes the brightness and increases and keeps everything like uniform.
Yeah, I'm just not big on filters and stuff.
Yeah.
I never want somebody to meet me and think, oh my God, she doesn't look like she does on her Instagram. They're like 9 times out of 10, you look better than you do on your Instagram.
Yeah, that's right.
Because by the time they see me in person, I've got on makeup and a bra.
Most people see us, see us, and they go, wow, y'all are tall.
Yeah, we're big people.
Yeah, they're always surprised how big we are.
How big we are, yeah.
We met that little gal met that gal in Fort Worth in the breakfast place. Mm-hmm. She wanted a picture. We got up in there and she was up to like
Yeah.
I mean, she was where my armpit is.
Well, maybe we're not big people. Maybe there's just a lot of little people in the world.
You know, that's probably it. We're normal sized. Everyone else is small.
Take that into
Speaking
consideration.
of, I had coffee with, I caught up with 2 friends today. Caught up with my friend David, who we went to his magic show. We had lunch together. We had pho together.
I was very
You
envious.
were jealous. Yeah. We had
very envious, but I had a lot to do today, including COVID testing.
Yeah. He did some magic tricks for me. Oh, he gave me a new one.
Oh, good.
So I got to learn that it is a killer. It is so cool. He did it for me. I'm like, I have no idea. I have no.
And he revealed the secret because usually he doesn't. He makes you go learn it.
Whenever I see him in person, he brings me one.
That's nice.
But he didn't tell me how to do it. He goes, "You saw me do it. I'm gonna do it one more time." He did it. He goes, "Here you go. Figure it out." I'm like,
so you have to. You don't know how he does it still?
I kind of know how he does it, so now I have to practice it. So anyway, I caught up with David, and then I caught up with my friend Valerie, my Val pal, who I hadn't seen. She was my best man. Cole was my best man. She was like my.
She gave a speech at
our wedding. Yeah. My friend Valerie we used to work together. But that's the first thing I said when I saw Valerie. I'm like, "Are you shrinking?" I mean, Valerie's about 5 foot, but I had my boots on, so I was.
Oh, Alan's loving. He will wear his boots. He was just walking around the house in his boots the other day.
I'll wear them to the damn gym.
It adds like 2 or 3 inches to you.
Oh, I love them.
Which I love if I'm wearing my flats because it makes me feel even more petite.
I can use every inch I can get.
Yeah, I was really happy when I married a man a couple inches on me. That was great.
Hey, barefoot, I'm still taller than you.
I know, but still, when you put on the boots, you're even taller.
Yes.
I put on heels now when we go out. We don't go out that much, but now we're starting to get back in the swing of it. And I've been so used to wearing house shoes, bedroom shoes. I keep calling them bedroom shoes. I'm like, what are you talking about? Bedroom shoes, house shoes. And when I put on heels now, I feel like a gargantuan woman.
Well, the large studio, you said gargantuan. I said the large. The live studio audience is raising their hand saying, "How tall are you guys?" Well, I'm 6'1", flat-footed. So with my shoes on, I'm like 6'3". And then Kellie's 5'9". You put your heels on, you can be over 6 foot.
Yeah, I was 5'9.5". But maybe if I start doing all these neck stretches to get rid of my hump, maybe that'll make me get my half inch back.
Imposing. We're imposing frames too.
I loved being 5'9.5". And now I'm not. I'm only
you're
5'9".
working on your humpy back, doing
I'm working.
stretches
Maybe
and
it'll give
stuff.
me a half an inch back. But you know what else I'm working on? Last night during the debates, whenever, even though they were yelling and stuff, there were times when I got a little bored. And sometimes when you're sitting in the house, or you're in line at carpool, now that that's starting to get back in the swing of things, or if you're going to a doctor's appointment and they're spacing everything out and you're like, gosh, I wish I had something to do. Whip out your phone.
Whip it out.
And play a little Best Fiends.
Best Fiends.
Yes, it's free to download, and it's a lot of fun. It's not something that's going to get you all mental, crazy, and upset. It's like a casual mobile puzzle game, and I don't know. I just love solving the puzzles and getting past the levels because the more levels you get past, the more little cute characters you get to collect. And what I love about Best Fiends too is they make it seasonal. And since it's back to school time right now for most everybody, my daughter just told me she's ready to go back to face-to-face learning. It's a new semester at the University of Minutia. And I'm helping Rose welcome everybody back to class. And once I complete all my tasks, theoretical Rose is going to join my team. So that's the thing. You get to collect cute characters to help you defeat the slugs. And that's the point, because the more slugs you beat, the higher levels you get, the more gold you collect, and it's just a lot of fun. And you do get, every once in a while it takes you a few tries to get through that puzzle, but you'll figure it out. You just know, I got to swap out my different characters because they have different powers and different levels. And once you swap them out, you figure it out and you move on to the next level. So it's really a lot of fun. Like I said, it's free to download. It's got over 100 million downloads so far. And so why haven't you given it a try yet? I've been talking about this for how many months now? Come on, it's time to give Best Fiends a try.
Download the Best Fiends free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. And I believe that is supposed to say download the Best Fiends app free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R, Best Fiends.
Easy breezy and a lot of fun.
Wow, you should have just finished that spot off.
I wanted to have you participating
Why
somewhat.
you even had me do that?
Because I want you
What
to
was the
feel like
point of that?
I want you to feel like you're part of the podcast, honey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
As you've told me, I talk too much as it is.
No, you don't. Well, I'm part of the podcast, and I'm going to bring a little show content. So I, here on International Podcast Day, we wouldn't have a podcast if it wasn't for listeners.
That's true.
We'd be sitting here talking to nobody, right?
I feel like half the time we are.
Hey, sometimes we may be talking to
Maybe.
nobody. I don't know how many people listen. A few do. But I asked our listeners on my Instagram, at thealonzo1971, I said, hey, let's play Would You Rather. I love playing stupid games like that, silly games like that.
But they're always hypotheticals.
They're always hypotheticals, but they tell a lot about you when you
Okay.
have to pick would you rather this or that. So I got some really interesting would you rathers on my Instagram, and I thought we'd go through a couple of them. Some
Okay.
of them are just for me, but some of them we can both answer.
Okay.
You want to try that?
Sure.
Okay. So I'll ask you the ones that could be for both of us, and then if there's one for just me, then I'll answer that.
Y'all are going to see how bad I am at playing games right now.
Okay, the first one is from Leslie. She says, would you rather be rich and alone or poor and in love?
Poor and in love, as long as I've never been rich and lost it, right? Because once you have money and lose it, it's a lot worse. But I remember there were times when I didn't have a lot of money and I was fine. The more money you get, the more stuff you get, and you get used to the stuff. And then when you can't afford the stuff and the stuff starts going away, you're like, oh, but I really like that stuff. But when I didn't used to have stuff, I was fine. So I'd rather be poor and in love.
Same, because everybody I've ever seen that's rich and alone has been miserable. I mean, I've known people like that, yeah, but then you watch movies like No Country for Old Men.
I haven't seen that.
That dude was miserable. Howard Hughes, that dude was miserable. I mean, they had so much money, miserable.
And they didn't know who they could trust and who really loved them for
right,
them.
Right, and they lived in their homes and they just went crazy.
You know, and how poor are we talking? You know, too. We gotta
It's true.
put a number on it.
Rather crying
in theory,
a Porsche than on a bicycle.
in theory, I'd rather be poor and with someone in love.
Okay, that's a good one. Here's another. Would you? And this is from Casey at Casey Craig. Would you rather eat undersalted or oversalted French fries?
Under.
Really?
Yes.
See, when I get the McDonald's French fries and they don't have a lot of salt on them, they taste. I'm like, why am I eating a potato?
You need
it tastes like a raw potato.
But for you, extra salt is adequate. But I have been to a restaurant before and it was so salty, I could not eat it. And it was like one of my favorite dishes and I just couldn't eat it because it was literally making my lips like wrinkle as I was eating. Can't eat that. I'd rather eat it undersalted.
One of the things that caused Kelly and I the most harumphing at each other was one time when
one of our first fights.
Yes, when she wanted to stick her mitt in my popcorn. And then she told me how my popcorn should be salted.
You put too much salt on it.
It was my popcorn.
But it was too much salt.
It was my
So now
popcorn.
we've learned that we just get separate
We get
popcorn
we
in the
get separate
movies.
popcorns, yeah.
But you know what? When I had my mommy makeover many, many years ago, it was in 2008.
Mama.
My doctor told me if you really limit your sodium, that will help you in your healing because you get real swollen after, any of those surgeries. And so I cut sodium a lot out of my diet. And what you find, and Alan, I think this would be good for you too. I don't have an issue with high blood pressure, but too much sodium's bad. Alan salts stuff before he tastes it. Is you lose your taste for that much salt and you start noticing the natural salt and stuff. Like I pretty much cut it out. I forget how many milligrams. I could ask him how many it was. Was it 200 milligrams of salt? Is that low sodium?
I don't know.
But anyway, I'd start tasting the natural salt in like a piece of fruit. And then once I started eating salt again, I'm like, oh, yuck, it's too much. But then guess what happens? Your taste buds get acclimated again. So anyway, undersalted.
This one's from at 10473star, who happens to be in the live studio audience. She says, would you rather be on a beach, at a nice resort, or at a lake?
At a beach at a nice resort, if it's all inclusive.
I'm a beach guy. I like the lake. I like the lake, but give me the beach
With a big umbrella,
Yeah.
I need to have that amenity. I need to have the umbrella and SPF,
Well, yeah.
a lot of SPF, because I'm not really a beach person per se because of my skin and burning. But if I have the palapa and I have the all-inclusive lovely gentleman or gentlewoman running me drinks all
Gentle
day
person.
as I'm sitting on the beach, fully shaded. That's my choice.
You know, Kellie is not a beach person. I wouldn't call her your stereotypical beach person. But every time I've been to the beach with Kellie, she's been very pleasant.
Thank you.
Very pleasant.
Thank you.
I
try really
she just
hard.
puts a gigantic hat on, big sunnies, slathers on the Bullfrog 80, and she's good and gets under the umbrella. She's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, this one's from @rollbackandrun. Would you rather ride a horse or walk an English Mastiff?
Oh, I'd ride a horse. Is a Mastiff one that attacks a lot?
A Mastiff is a big dog, like a
I'd
big
probably
dog.
ride a horse. I'd be very nervous about it, but I'd probably rather ride the horse.
@rollbackandrun, I'm out on both those scenarios. I don't like
He doesn't
big
like big
animals.
animals.
I hate big animals. They scare me. I think they would stomp me. They're so strong, they could just squash you. So I am out on either one of those.
I understand.
I don't want to do either one. A horse bit me when I was small. A German Shepherd attacked me when I was small. I'm out.
But you got to pick one.
I'm out.
But you got to pick one.
Sound like a horse. Give me the
You take the Mastiff.
give me the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the dog, I guess. Okay, this one's from @Shannon Greenbrooks. She asked, would you rather Kellie clap back or be silently annoyed?
Well, like clap back.
Well, Shannon, these two happen every day.
Yeah.
I hear clapbacks. Sometimes I will immediately document them. Sometimes I am slightly annoyed. Let's be real. A lot of times I'm slightly annoyed.
Yeah. As am I. But if I was just silently annoyed, you wouldn't have material for the podcast.
That's right.
So you'd prefer a clap back.
I prefer a clapback, I think. Oh, gosh. Okay. This one's from @Haley_sharp_. Would you rather accidentally poop your pants at a Rangers game or always be mistaken for a woman?
I'd rather always be mistaken for a woman.
Well, I think she meant this one for me, but I'll tell you what, @Haley_sharp_. I've pooped my pants in public before, so I'd rather do that than be mistaken for a woman.
That was before you were an international podcast star and people might recognize you.
Oh, no, I've done it since then.
And people have recognized you?
No, they didn't recognize me after I pooped my pants, but sure, yeah. I mean,
When's the last time you pooped your pants?
I do that probably every 6 months. It happens.
Alan.
What?
Really?
Why are you looking at me with disgust?
Because I'm kind of believing you.
No,
Alan has a very weak constitution.
No, I do not. That is probably the biggest misrepresentation that Kellie has bestowed upon me in the entire time we've done the podcast, is that I have this real gentle stomach. I really don't.
Then what is your issue?
I have a cast iron constitution.
Then what is your issue that sends you to the bathroom?
Sugar and gluten.
Okay, so you're sensitive to those things.
Yes.
So I'm right.
No, if I eat the right things, I'm fine.
But when you don't.
When I don't, I immediately have to pinch up my butt cheeks and run to the can.
So I'm right.
Well, you're not. It just depends on my diet. Okay, enough of poop talk. This one is from @PaigeElliott8. Would you rather live without internet, no service or Wi-Fi, or heat and AC at your home? Now we live in Texas.
That's the problem. It's not the heat, it's the AC.
We could hack it in the winter.
The summer
we would end up
absolutely.
we would just die.
I couldn't. It'd be a matter of life or death.
Live without internet. I'd be okay with that.
I think you'd get used to it after a while.
Yeah,
because we have gone on like an internet diet when we travel or something, and we're fine. I would choose to keep the AC over all else in Texas.
Yeah.
Man, I'll never forget. It's like if your air conditioner is going to go out in Texas, it's always going to be in July or August. Always. It's just the nature of the beast. And I remember one time I had a baby and Kellie was just a toddler and I had a nanny living with us and we could not breathe in the house. So we had to have the whole air conditioner unit. And the man was up there working and he came down and he was about to have a heat stroke. I'd never seen somebody come that close. I just knew this is bad. He was like delirious and I gave him an apple and water because I figured I don't know if that was the right thing to do. Instinct. I was like, here, eat an apple. I thought he could use the sugar or something, but it was so brutal up there. Thank you to people who do that in the summer because that's a dangerous job.
Okay.
In Texas.
Would you rather? This one's from @BetRNETTR. Ooh. Okay.
Better.
Would you rather give up coffee or give up meat?
I'd rather give.
So you'd be a vegetarian or give up coffee? Really?
Well, I mean, I like a good hamburger every once
Does
in a while.
fish count as meat?
Yeah, that's meat. I mean, I could give
tough,
up.
That's a tough one.
I like coffee. I like the ritual of coffee, you know?
You know what I would do? I'd keep the meat and I'd give up coffee and just start drinking tea.
Yeah.
I'd get into tea.
Yeah.
Because you can drink warm tea.
Yeah, hot tea.
Be like the Englishman.
Hot tea, yeah.
Good eye, mate. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather, this one's from @_Mira Masita. Would you rather not shower for a month or not eat for a week? That's easy.
I've done both.
That is, yeah, that's true. That is, you've not eaten for a week?
Yeah, that was when I was having my eating disorder.
Oh.
It was bad.
That almost kill you.
Well, you can go a week.
No, it's water. You can't go 7 days without water.
Yeah, you could go a week.
You can go 30 days without
I don't
eating.
recommend it.
Yeah.
But when I was going through my stuff.
Oh, that's not good.
I would probably, if I don't have to be around anybody, I'd probably not eat for a week because that's real funky. I've gone a couple days during quarantine because you're just laying around in your pajamas all day. And
think about how healthy your hair and your skin would be though, if you didn't shower for a month.
But you'd be so stinky funky.
You would. Absolutely. You'd smell. You could smell your own pwit. But
have you heard of the people that stop washing their hair and what happens? Have you heard?
What does it do?
You just use water on your hair. Your hair initially it freaks out. You go online and look it up.
What happens? Now
your hair like freaks out. You'll start like flaking and all this stuff. You'll get like this waxy buildup and stuff.
Ew.
You have to read it online. But once you get past it, you don't put any more shampoo to your hair ever. And your hair, it becomes like what it's meant to be.
Oily?
It goes through that phase. Read it online. Google it. I didn't know we were going to have that come up.
Now you gotta.
I didn't know we were going to have that come up, Alan. I'm telling you, I remember Googling this a long time ago because I remember when Emma Kellie was a little girl, was a baby, they said, don't wash your hair because once you start washing it, that's when you're going to need to keep washing it. Does anybody with a recent baby hear that? Because the more you wash your hair, the more it needs to be washed. So I've noticed that I've gotten down to where I can wash my hair where I used to wash it every day. I can now go maybe once a week, but twice a week with dry shampoo and different things like that. But they were saying, this girl, she says, I gave up shampoo. It's only water. I go to the salon to get my hair done. And she said I had to, until I got the right person, I have to fight with them. Do not put shampoo in my hair, just water. But I don't know. I'm not testing that theory. If y'all want to do it, you can, but Google it.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Okay, here's another from one of our very best customers, @Bethany_Gene2. Another eating question. Would you rather eat only fruit and veggies or only eat meat for the rest of your life?
Oh, I'll take the fruit and veggies. I love vegetables. I love them. And you can fry them.
That's a tough one.
You can make it like meat. Certain vegetables you can make, give you the consistency a little bit close to it of meat. I'm not giving up roasted Brussels sprouts.
No, seriously, on a serious note, I wonder what would happen to your body. Like, people are vegetarians all the time. They eat fruit and vegetables and they're fine. But are there people that only eat meat? Like, not just protein, but just meat.
Well, the Atkins diet, people can take it to the real extreme. I remember my yoga instructor when Atkins was all the rage when I was doing yoga.
But people do that to lose weight. I'm talking long term.
Well, she said she would do the yoga class and you could smell the meat as they sweat.
Ew.
The meat would sweat through their pores because all they were eating was meat.
Do you know what animal? This is animal trivia, just kind of related. Do you know what animal in the animal kingdom has the highest ratio of muscle to total body weight?
Muscle to total body weight. I'd say a horse.
The lion.
Oh, well.
And I'm wondering if that's because the lion, that's all they eat is meat. Like, is it because they eat all that meat that's the way their body is, that they're all meat, like muscle?
I don't know. It might have something to do with the fact that they don't eat off. I mean, when they eat a lot.
Eat a lot
of
meat, and then they don't eat for a while.
And they sleep all day.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know, babe. But they're also animals, so their physiology is different.
Horses have a lot of muscle, though.
Yeah, they do. There's not a lot of fat on a horse, is there?
Anyway.
Okay. You want to do a few more?
If you would like.
Okay. Well, this is fun. I kind of like this. Oh, gosh. This one's from another one of our very best customers, and it makes you cringe a little bit. This one's from @Sin Hello, Sin. Would you rather make love in your in-laws' bed or at a mattress store? Sleep experts.
My in-laws' bed.
No way in high holy hell am I doing that. Give me all day, every day sleep experts. I don't care if there's 10 people walking the store watching my butt go up and down. I'm doing it in sleep experts. I ain't doing it in Jerry Raspberry's bed.
Yeah, you would
Not
if they're not
now,
there.
Not tomorrow.
Wash the sheets.
Not next year. Not 20 years from now.
So you do it in the middle of a store in public.
Ever.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
No, this is a guy who I'll freely show somebody my rear end. I just mooned our friends the other day.
Well, you're putting me on display in that scenario, unless you're planning on doing that with someone else.
We could be under the covers.
I'm not doing that.
Just sleep experts.
No.
Sleep
I'm
experts.
going to be in
sleep experts.
Paul and Amelia Evans' bed.
No, that even
That's
makes
what I'm
me.
doing.
No, oh gosh, that is awful.
Do they have a king size?
Oh,
I've never been in your parents' bedroom.
Have you not?
I've never been back there.
My mom and dad they've always had. When I was a kid, you know what they had? They had a California king.
Yeah, my parents have a king.
The California though, is it
Even
longer?
bigger?
Or,
I think
no,
it's longer.
Is it longer?
I think it's longer.
It was like a freaking barge. It took up their entire room.
Why don't we have a king size bed?
Because
We're such
we like
big
being close.
people.
We like being close.
That was when we were newlyweds.
Babe, no, I like being close. Okay, that's tense.
I thought it was a no-brainer.
There are a lot of eating questions. Let's go to some different ones. This one's from @JustAPunk333. She asks, would you rather wrestle a 10-foot python or walk over 100 mousetraps?
I would probably walk over the mouse traps. I would think after the
that
first...
would hurt.
It would hurt, but I think after a while, it's just, then it's just pain on top of pain. And as we all know, I have such a high threshold for pain.
Good. That's a good would you rather. The mousetraps are not going to kill you. There is a chance. There's a chance of getting killed by the python, getting strangulated.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. It's like JC walked over Legos, and he said it never stopped hurting. I would think after a while, you would just lose feeling, like you get numb, but I don't know.
Okay. This one is from @EmmaCDubCAK. Ooh. Would you rather... I guess this is for me. Would you rather wear dad jeans with a braided belt or shave your beard?
Oh, that's for you.
You answer that for me. What would you rather me do?
Well,
you told me the other day I didn't dress my age. What did that mean?
Well, you were
pull back the kimono.
What does it mean?
Pull back the kimono.
You have an entire T-shirt wardrobe. That's your. You don't dress your...
what does that mean?
Well, buttoned collared shirts are usually heavy in rotation for adults.
What? I don't understand. I'm not following you.
You just wear very youthful T-shirts.
So all men my age should wear button collared shirts?
No, I'm just saying. You're trying to pick a fight where there is none. You wear a lot of juvenile T-shirts.
Juvenile T-shirts?
Yes.
Juvenile T-shirts?
Yes.
Okay. Juvenile T-shirts, guys.
Yes.
I wear juvenile T-shirts.
You asked.
A juvenile is a child.
Yes, something that like a younger man or a man in training would wear.
So if I was going to JCPenney, I would go to the young man section versus the old man section?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong.
I don't dress my age all the time.
These are just would you rather.
I don't dress my age all the time.
There is no right or wrong answer.
Apparently there is, because now you're mad.
This one's from @KG_leap in Libra.
Leap in Libra. Leap in Libra. Libra. Leap in Libra.
She wants to know, would you rather watch a TV show with your spouse or do yard work?
I'd rather watch a TV show.
I'd rather watch a TV show. That's pretty easy. I mean, I don't mind yard
Maybe
work.
that's for you because you do so much yard work.
I don't mind yard work.
And we were always looking for shows to watch together.
Yeah, I don't mind yard work, but okay, just a couple more here, baby.
Yeah, let's finish out with some zingers.
Okay, well, there's some good ones here. God, this is from one of our puppy followers @Emmett.Wayne_Bulldog. This is from Emmett Wayne the Bulldog. Would you rather slide down a razor blade naked or put ghost pepper sauce in your eye?
Oh gosh, no. This is what men do. This is why I don't like playing Would You Rather. I'm not picking one. That's awful. God, now I'm thinking about it. Oh God, no. This is why I don't play these games. I'm mad at you even for reading that out loud.
Okay. I would rather do neither one of those.
Oh, that's horrible.
The razor blade naked.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Does not sound like a good option.
I don't want to talk about it or think
Neither
about
does
it.
the ghost pepper sauce, but give me the ghost pepper sauce.
No, that's awful. You could blind yourself.
Well, better than lopping your nuts off. Okay, this one is from @Kristen_Dags. Would you rather give up drinking Starbucks or alcohol?
Starbucks.
You'd give up coffee before booze?
She didn't say coffee. She said Starbucks.
Oh, okay. Kristen, technicality there. What if I changed it? Would you rather give up coffee or booze?
Coffee.
Wow.
What?
It's bold.
Are you judging? Are you going to give up alcohol married to me?
Yeah, but
No.
not anytime. Not anytime soon. Okay, one more. Would you rather eat at Oaked Barbecue Restaurant or at Big Al's Down the Hatch?
See, now that's not nice. That's not
My
nice.
man.
Nobody should have to choose.
Hey,
just take turns.
I've been to my man. Well, when my man was down on McKinney Avenue Tavern, I went there several times, and it was outstanding.
It was.
He had great food.
And he still does. It's just in
I'm sure he
Waxahachie,
does.
Texas.
We hadn't been down there, though, since...
my birthday a couple years ago.
Your
It's
birthday.
far.
Yeah,
It's an hour.
From us, it is far.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun. Thank
you
you
like
for
playing
that.
that?
I did.
Thank you,
I
listeners.
did.
That was awesome. That was fun.
It took I don't know how much time we have left in this podcast. You might want to save the letters. We still have to do that big contest we're doing.
Well, it takes 2 seconds to explain. Do that,
Okay.
and then we'll
I was
bring it
making
home
sure. You're directing this shit.
I am. Call
All
me
right.
Captain Kirk. You're Spock. Read that, Spock.
Why can't I be like this? What was the sexy sidekick on there? I can't remember. I don't watch enough.
I wasn't
know.
a Trekkie. I just knew Captain Kirk and Spock.
So I get to be the pointy ear.
yeah.
Nanu guy.
Leonard. Well, he wasn't Nanu. That was
Mork.
Mork.
That was Mork. I know.
This
I'll
was,
be Mindy. Why can't we be Mork and Mindy?
Well, they were just silly.
Oh.
And plus, they didn't go anywhere.
Why can't we be Princess Leia and Han Solo?
We can be Han and Leia. Okay, Leia, go.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. So you've heard us talk about Brooklyn and before, the home of the internet's favorite sheets that we sleep on every single night. But their towels, I just dried my body with my Brooklinen towel tonight before we started recording this podcast. Also amazing. Brooklinen gives your daily routines just a little something, something extra with, different levels of plushness. Some people don't like a really thick plush towel. They want one a little bit thinner. And that's the beauty of Brooklinen. You can choose the level of plushness and just wrap it around you. It's like a little spa experience every time you get out of the bath. And I have been looking for ways, as many people have, to make their home more of a cozy haven because we're spending more and more time there. And they said, I was reading a study the other day, that all this time in quarantine has not made us turn against our home and resent it. We're all starting to realize we really love our homes and we want to make them even cozier. And that's what the beauty is of Brooklinen.
Lots of nesting.
A lot of nesting. And if you want to do cozy right, And Brooklyn is where you need to come for all those needs for your bathroom. They also have the plush robes and things like that. A lot of great gift ideas on Brooklinen. So treat yourself in the bedroom and in the bathroom with Brooklinen sheets, and now also with their beautiful, luxurious towels.
And Brooklinen is the perfect place to find all the comforts of home, including ultra soft towels. Brooklinen is so confident in their product that everything comes with a lifetime warranty.
You can't find that everywhere.
That's a long time. Lifetime's a long time. Use promo code Kellie.
That's right. It's been Kellie for quite some time.
Kellie.
But my husband's always surprised that it's still Kellie.
For 10% off your first order at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code Kellie. KELLIE. Brooklinen. Everything you need to live your most comfortable life.
And as Alan has let everyone know, comfort is very, very important to me.
Very important. Very important.
It is.
We love Brooklinen, even though they don't love me.
Aw, come on.
Just kidding. Okay, let's do. These are two short letters.
Okay,
and then we'll finish with the new contest we have. Was it a contest or a bit?
It's kind of a fun little thing.
Okay, fun little thing. Okay. I got an email from somebody, and it just really touched me. And it's short, but it hit me in the feels. And I thought I would read it because you never know the buffoonery you do in life, if it has any effect or you're helping anybody. You know, we've talked about that. You know a lot more about this than I do, but sometimes, you know, I like to get on here, have fun, just be stupid. But I don't know. Sometimes it helps people. And here's an example. I got a letter from this young woman. I'm not going to read her name. Her name is Leah on here. She says, Alan and Kellie, yesterday I sent Alan a message on Instagram about how you should get the real Presidente Sean on the podcast because your impressions always make me laugh. And I remember I was at Marshall's and I was returning something and I was checking my DMs and I got this DM. And when she told me that, I started to send her voice clips. I was standing there in line, and I started doing voice memos of El Presidente and President Trump. So she says, well, then you sent me a voice clip of one of your impressions of Presidente Sean and President Trump. I laughed so hard that afternoon about them. What you didn't know is that we had found out this week that my mother-in-law had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and we are really struggling with this news. She has such a big role in the lives of my girls and ours. Thank you for taking the time to make me laugh and brighten my day. Love you both, Leah. P.S. She's great. I've been listening to Kellie since 1492. But Kellie, let him cuss and do the impressions.
That's
awesome.
Hilarious.
Oh.
1492, huh?
Leah, glad we could.
That's all right.
Glad we could.
I'm sorry about your mother.
Yeah,
I
sorry about your mom.
I hope she has healing, complete healing.
Yes. And then here's another letter. This one I've had for a while. I've held on to it. Well, no, about a week. This one's from.
I've had this letter forever. About a week.
This one's from Hannah. The subject is dog/child advice. Hey, Kellie and Alan. I could use some advice. I have an almost 2-year-old. When we visit my boyfriend's house, she loves playing with his dog. This dog is very well behaved, and I would never before have imagined her to be aggressive. She allows my daughter to pet her, and I watch her very carefully. And when she gets in the dog's face, my daughter loves giving this dog a hug. I let her know to give the dog space. The dog growls at her and has even snipped at her before. It scares her more than hurt her, but I still felt guilt. Is there something I need to do in regards to my daughter and or the dog? Is this just a helpless scenario where she can't be around the dog? Help, Hannah.
You've been the one reading Caesar's book. I mean, you know better than me. I had my daughter, well, before I had him, Kellie, I had a dog named George. He was a little Yorkie poo-poo. He was a tiny little thing. And he loved her. And one time he bit her. And I did not punish him because she sat on him. And he was trying to get her off of him because I think he was afraid he was going to suffocate. And that's the only time he ever did. And I didn't punish him for defending himself. He just nipped her on the arm to get her off. But he never exhibited he never growled at her. He never did that to her when she went around. That was the one and only time. So I've never had to deal with that. How do you, Does Caesar address that in his book?
Yeah, and again, I'm not going to come on here and if you're having a behavioral problem with your dog, talk to a professional. You ask me though, I'll give you my opinion.
Because you've read Caesar Milan's books.
I'll give you my opinion about like what I've read. Now, you said that your daughter loves playing with the dog. The dog is very well behaved, and I would never before have imagined her to be aggressive. She allows my daughter to pet her, and I watch her very carefully. Okay, and when she gets in the dog's face, my daughter loves giving the dog a hug. I let her know to give the dog space. Okay, so here's what I think. I'm just kind of reading into what you told me. The first thing you got to remember, children move different, look different, sound different, smell different to a dog than an adult does. They're just different. Like a dog sees a child as somebody that's a little more erratic in their behavior than an adult. So the dog is going to act differently, just kind of behaviorally, naturally towards children.
He's on guard more.
Yeah, than they do to their adults, masters. So the first thing I would say is remember that a dog is always just a little more on edge when there are kids around. Then that doesn't mean dogs and kids can't coexist. Dogs, generally speaking, don't like anybody to get in their face, because when a dog gets in the face of another dog, that's usually a sign of
aggression,
a confrontation or aggression. So the dog could be thinking, okay, here's this small creature that I see sometimes. I'm okay with it sometimes, but now, she's getting in my face, and I just don't like that. So that could be what's going on here. That doesn't mean it's okay, but that's what the dog is, in my opinion, probably thinking. So what do? Talk to your child about how to properly pet the dog and play with the dog. Dogs are usually fine with kids as long as the kid isn't pulling on them or getting in their face or hugging them too hard or anything like that. So,
but the face should maybe be off limits if he's growling, especially.
Any child, I wouldn't advise a kid to get in the face of another dog, because you're putting that dog on alert.
See, and I didn't know that until Alan read the Caesar books, because I love kissing on our dogs. I kiss them all the time.
And
I can't help it.
Some dogs it's fine.
But I look at Zoe, our schnauzer, and she lets me do it, but she's kind of looking at me. And I'm like, I tell Alan, one day she's going to haul off and bite me in the face.
No.
I just know she's going to haul off and bite me in the face. And it's going to be my fault, because it's like she's put up with it long enough. And one day I'm going to kiss her too much.
And the reason I don't think, when I say no, I don't think that'll happen to Kellie, is because the second part of this would be, as your child gets older, take that dog on a walk with your child. Let your child hold the leash and lead the dog around and walk the dog. The dog will then understand, oh, okay, this isn't this creature that comes over and gets in my face and hugs me real hard. This is somebody I'm supposed to follow.
Yeah.
And once the dog understands, okay, I follow these two adults, I'm also supposed to follow the child, that dog will let the kid do anything.
That's the thing we noticed, because Larry, our rescue, had so many issues with Emma Kellie. My daughter, she's 13 now, and it was really awful. And there was nothing Emma Kellie did. She didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything. No.
He was just awful to her. And one of the solutions we found was, Emma Kellie, you need to take him for a walk. He needs to understand that you're kind of like in charge here. And dogs do fall into line eventually. It took a while for him to work it out with Zoe, but Larry he's improved immensely with regular walks. It has made a night and day difference.
Oh, totally.
Night and day difference.
That's usually the first thing you got to ask yourself if you're having a dog problem. Am I taking my dog on enough walks? Is that dog burning off enough energy so that when people are around, it's calm, it's in a submissive, calm state?
Now with Zoe, we could walk her 24 hours a day and she's still going to have a lot of energy.
Zoe's got a lot of motor. But nipping at a kid, biting a child is never okay.
No, you don't want it to get too far, and then you'll really have an issue.
Yeah, but always try to think of it from the dog's perspective. I know that's hard, but dogs, a lot of people think they're kids. They're not kids. They're animals.
We put our human emotions
Right.
on dogs. That's the most helpful thing that I think I got out of Alan's reading the books, because I didn't read them. He would just tell me this stuff. But we put our human emotions on these dogs, and it's just not that way. We think dogs get their feelings hurt. When, my mother, we were talking about crate training, and I used to be the same way as my mother. I thought it was cruel to crate train a dog and put a dog in a crate. I just thought it was this horrible thing. And when Alan said we can get a dog, but the only way is we're going to crate train it, I'm like, that's just so awful. Well, come to find out, they love their crates.
Absolutely love it.
I just say, go get in your crate. And Larry just, ha, 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 he gets to go. And now Zoe's going in. It's just in the middle of the day. They take naps in there. We leave the door open all day. And they just go in there and sleep.
Yeah.
And it's just because I was putting my human emotions on the dogs. Mm-hmm. Get Caesar Milan's book. That might help her too, right?
Yeah, Caesar's Way is the one I read.
Caesar's Way.
And there, it's really great. But again, I am not a professional dog trainer.
We just read books.
I've read a lot about it. And I used what Caesar prescribed with both our dogs. And we have, like Kellie said, the biggest change in Larry.
But you can't expect it to happen in 1 week.
It does not happen overnight. Dogs aren't something, they're not like an appliance. You don't send it to somebody and it comes back fixed.
Well, some people do that. They send them off to doggy training school, and they're gone for how long? It's a while. And then you have to come back, you have to reinforce.
Caesar says that all the time. You're not fixing your dog. They're not machines. They're living beings, but you're rehabilitating. You're not even training the dog. You're rehabilitating the dog to understand, this is a pack. I'm the submissive one here. These are my pack leaders. Training it to think that this is the pack.
That's why it's good to take them to dog parks.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we've done the letters. We've done the would you rathers, and now we've got. I don't know if you call it a contest, but it's a thing we're doing.
How sustainable is this thing?
It's not going to be very long. We'll just do maybe a couple of podcasts.
But do you think we have enough? Okay, go ahead.
We'll do it a couple. Let's just say, we're going to flesh this out.
Kelly's going to explain this.
So,
she knows all the details.
Many, many months ago, in the land before COVID-19, I work with a man on our radio show named Trey. And Trey was on the radio and he was talking about how he got an Instant Pot for his wedding gift. And he and his wife, Kara, use that Instant Pot practically on a daily basis. They love it. He went on and on and on about this Instant Pot. And I said, I need to get an Instant Pot. But knowing me, I'm like, we got 4 kids and there's 2 of us. I'm going to get the biggest one they've got. So I got the jumbo Instant Pot that could feed up to probably 20 people. I don't know. That's probably an exaggeration. But I'm scared of it. I've never used it. And I went on YouTube and I watched another professional chef say, hey, I'll be honest, I had this Instant Pot for 6 months and I was scared to use it. I didn't know what to do it. But now I love it. So I watched him cook something. I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this Instant Pot and I'm going to cook all these great meals. Well, 99% of the time, Emma Kellie wants Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. And Alan's just like, I'll eat if I'm not making my chicken cabbage stuff, or he's eating ramen or grilling. I've never used the Instant Pot is the point. Never.
Not one time.
Not one time.
Has it come out of the box?
Yes, I took it out of the box. I washed all the pieces to it. It's very clean. And then I left it on the counter thinking if I leave it on, but it's magnanimous. It's big.
Does it have its documentation?
Yeah, it should. But even if you don't, you can order it online.
True.
But I think I have all of that. Anyway, but I don't have the box because I threw it away because I was keeping my Instant Pot. So months have passed and I'm like, I'm never going to use this Instant Pot. But then I saw somebody talking about an air fryer. I said, but I really want an air fryer. But Alan, he's already mad at me for spending all this money on an Instant Pot that I've never used. Now he's like, so now you're bringing home an air fryer that you just bought and you're never going to use?
And I'm sure it's as magnanimous as the pressure cooker.
I didn't get the biggest jumbo one this time, Alan.
How big is this thing?
It's
where
pretty
is
big.
it?
It's where the Instant Pot was.
Where's the Instant Pot?
The Instant Pot's in a box in the corner in the front living room.
It's in the living room now.
Well, because where else am I going to put it? It's so big. So here's what. So Alan was so mad at me for wasting money on buying an air fryer, which he's convinced I'm never going to use, like the Instant Pot. I said, well, what if we do like a podcast bit where we used to do on the radio? We'll do a tradio. It's where you trade. What will you trade us for my Instant Pot that I've never used? And Alan suddenly thought that was a great idea, and he stopped being mad at me.
I wasn't mad.
He was a little mad.
I wasn't mad. I was just like, why are you buying another appliance? We don't use the other one.
At the beginning of quarantine, he was like, you're going to learn how to use that Instant Pot and cook with it. You paid all that money. I was like, okay. And I never did.
Not one time.
Not once. So it's clean.
But you get that crock pot out and pour 3 gallons of Worcestershire sauce in it.
Why are you bringing that up right now?
Well, I don't know.
Why are you bringing that up?
I don't know.
What does that have to do with anything?
Just to be an asshole.
That was very asshole-ish. So here's the bit. It's the thing.
Here's the bit.
If you okay, maybe you've got something in, I'm getting ready to have a swap party this weekend. And, we swap our stuff. We swap shoes that we bought maybe on sale and they don't really fit, or, clothes that we can't wear anymore, or kids are outgrown. And I'm like, I could swap that Instapot and somebody'd be getting a great thing, because that thing's a couple $100, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I was like, why don't we do this, a little swap party for our podcast
okay, so how
family?
is this going to work?
What are you going to trade us for our Instant Pot?
I understand, but what are the logistics? What do they do? Do they...
Tell us what you're going to trade us.
I know, but there's got to be something.
We pick which one we like. And then they're going to get the Instant Pot. And
so do they take a photo, post it on social media, tag us so we can see it?
I don't know. You decide that part.
So you're coming on here with a contest, but we don't have the rules of the contest.
It's not really a contest. It's just a thing.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
So what are you going to trade us?
What are you going to trade us?
What are you going to trade us for the Instant Pot?
Okay.
And then I'll let because Alan's been so gracious to not yell at me about it and let me get a fryer. You get to pick the nicest thing somebody wants to trade you for it.
Okay. So I guess you can do it whatever way you like, good listener. You can post your thing you would trade us for the Instapot on social media, tag at A Sandwich and Some Lovin' and Kellie and I so we can see it, or
email.
You can email us at podcast@kellyandalan.com.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 easiest ways, right?
Easy
there.
breezy.
And we will go through whatever it is you have to trade. We will select a winner.
And you could have a brand new, no box, I'm sorry, Instant Pot, but I did wash it.
And then we will meet you somewhere to trade, to complete the barter, I guess.
The swap.
The swap. We will do some swapping. We will perhaps have a photo op. And then we'll be on our merry way.
Yeah, maybe we'll even have a little cocktail or something.
We may give you some swag. I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Well, Alan's throwing I'm just giving you like a $200 never been used Instant Pot.
There you go.
I think that's a great idea. We used to do this in high school. I don't know it's called Bigger or Better. Have you ever done Bigger or Better?
Mm-mm.
This is back in the day when I was in high school. I graduated in 1984. I know if you've been listening to me since, 1492. I graduated high school in 1984. So in the early 80s, I was in a youth department at the Florence Baptist Temple, and we'd do this thing where you'd break up in groups of 2, 4 people, whatever, and you were given a penny. Your group was given a penny, and you'd go to a neighborhood and you'd knock on a door and you'd say, "Hey, what will you trade me for this penny?" And they give you something, and it might just be like a pencil. Okay, thank you so much. You go to the next house in the neighborhood. "Hey, we're doing this thing. What will you trade me for the pencil?" Yeah. Bigger. It's just got to be bigger or better.
And then before you know it, you own a cruise ship.
And before you know it, and then you have to be back at the church at a certain time, like at 10 o'clock at night or whatever, when the evening was wrapping. And whoever had when everybody vote on who had the bigger or better thing. Now, it could have been a wristwatch that was very valuable, because it's not the person that traded you that watch wasn't getting the penny. By that point, it got bigger and better and bigger and better until it, then finally people would come in with the craziest stuff. So
no, wait a second. We might be developing a bit as we go along.
What?
We do the trade, and then we try to trade bigger and better each time.
Oh, so now you're liking it even better now.
So say just hypothetically.
Let's start with this.
Say hypothetically, somebody says, and this wouldn't be the trade, but someone says, "I'll trade you a bicycle for your Instapot." We're like, okay, sure. So we take the bicycle. Now the bicycle is up for trade. What will you trade us for this bicycle, listener?
Yeah,
then somebody,
bigger and better.
Then somebody trades us a horse.
Yeah.
And then we have a horse.
But you can't go knocking on people's doors anymore. That was my point about the youth activity. Things you used to can get away with, you can't do now because people would shoot you for, ringing the doorbell in the middle of the night. But anyway, that was fun. They will. People are crazy.
Oh, in the middle of the night, yeah.
Well, it'd be like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and we'd have to run back to the church with our things.
Yeah. No,
So anyway, it's called Bigger or Better.
We're just going to do a trade, and we'll probably select based on our need, right?
Right. Well, I was going to let you do it because you were being so nice and not yelling at me too much.
Oh, so
about
I'm
getting
the one that's
fryer.
going to select.
You can be whatever you want.
Well, see, there's a big detail there because the listener will probably pick something that they think either one of us will like or both of us will like. But you're saying it's what I like?
You can pick. It can be, maybe you'll say, you know what, they're wanting to trade something that Kelly would really like. I'll choose that. I don't care. I'm going to let you pick.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we'll just go from there. So you can tag us on social media or you can email us, either one. What will you trade us for? A brand new, never used, but no box, jumbo size Instant Pot.
Not even gently used.
Never used.
Never. Not one time.
But I am going to use the air fryer. I am. Big Al even used his air fryer.
My man.
He air fried chicken and said it was so delicious.
And it looked good.
He had it for supper and for breakfast this morning.
So wait a second.
I heard you can air fry fish in it, so I'm going to try. I just got to get it out and use it.
Okay, so just one more thing, because Jerome is wondering if we're ever going to bring it home.
We've been talking a long time.
Big Al Mac has made more good, hot, home-cooked meals that I see on his social media than, I don't know, than we've seen here at Evans Manor in the last 3 years.
That's true. He's lonely.
My man.
He doesn't have children that he remembers at 10:30 at night as you're going to bed. Oh, I forgot to pack their lunches.
And I'm in there snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'll
try to do better. Cooking's just not my thing.
Well,
it's really not my thing.
I'm
interested
to see how the air fryer works.
I'm interested to see what somebody's going to trade us for that Instant Pot.
No, here's the deal. I'm interested to see if the air fryer ever works.
Alan, I'll do it.
Based on history. I'm just going based on history.
I'll do it.
Okay. All right. You got anything else?
No, I'm done. I've talked out.
You done with me? Done with this?
Yeah, I need a little something to eat.
Just a
Yeah, I didn't really eat
DQ?
supper.
DQ?
Babe, no. It's too late for that.
It's not Red Mountain approved.
That's right.
# ad. All right, babe. Well, this was fun. We did a lot of fun stuff tonight, I think.
We talked a long time.
In my opinion. Hey, you got to give the listener the podcast value on International Podcast Day.
Okay. Well, the day after when you
And that's what we did. Remember when we first started?
Oh, my gosh. I was saying goodbye.
Okay, just real quick, and then we'll stop. When we first started doing ads, and
it was horrible.
Some people were like, I can't believe you guys are doing ads. Why are you doing ads? And I would calculate the number of minutes we talked and the number of minutes of ads we had and give them the percentage of the amount of content that they get versus the amount of ads.
Right.
And then that kind of stopped.
And you were such a jerk about it,
I was.
too. You had such an ad. You were snarly.
I did, because it was like 94.
So snarly.
It was like 94.6% content.
But I remember when we did get our first sponsor that I talked about it the entire podcast.
Gosh.
I was so excited. Like I did a 30-minute commercial for them.
They got $1,000 worth of advertising.
Well, not at the time because we didn't have as big of an audience.
Yeah.
But they definitely got their money's worth out of that podcast. That was a long time ago. We've been doing this 3 years, believe it or not.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out so long tonight. We're gonna call it a night, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a little something to eat and go to bed.
Okay. You don't think Donald's going to come back in here and yell at us for talking too much, do you?
I hope not.
All right.
And it's Mr. President.
It's Mr. President. Well, apparently you can call him clown.
No, that's
You
not
can
nice.
call him a lot of things that aren't very nice.
Not respectful.
That is not. But what is respectful is to say I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners
I
desperately.
love y'all.
I love International Podcast Day desperately.
Until next year.
And I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. Not next year, next week. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.